morning, students. Once again, a very hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Myself, Rashmin sir, imparting knowledge of English to the students of 9 to 12 standard in English medium. Students, we are meeting after Diwali break. I hope you all must have enjoyed, even though time is not so suitable. You must have studied also. So from here onwards, we will see your remaining syllabus. So in this particular video, we will see your fifth poem. Remember, according to the revised syllabus, that fifth lesson, the snake and the mirror is not there, but the poem, A Legend of the Northland, is there. So today we will take up the poem, A Legend of the Northland. Okay. But students, before we begin this poem, let me explain to you certain things. You need to know certain background of this poem. So all those things we will learn first. Here, legend means what? Legend means a traditional story, okay, which is told from generation to generation. Okay, there may be facts behind that, may not be facts. Okay, it is not so much authenticated. Okay, it is very well compared to ballad. Now, what is ballad? Ballad actually is a poem which describes a story. So it is normally also called a story poem. It may be lengthy, but you love to read it, you love to enjoy that poem. So similarly, this particular poem, A Legend of the Northland, is also like that. So I think it is clear the meaning of legend. It is ballad. It is also a traditional story. Remember, the ballads were first time published by William Wordsworth and T.S. Coleridge, okay, in 1798. Students, and from that only in English literature you see the Romantic period began. So 1798 till 1832 was known as the Romantic period. So that time, earlier, before that, the writers could not take certain liberties. They had to just follow the rules and regulations. Okay, they had to follow certain norms. They could not take liberties. But this particular thing, ballads, allowed the writer, because with that the Romantic period started, so it allowed the writer to use their imagination fully. Okay, they could have free flow of their imagination, and because of that many more romantic works were written only in that period. So that is what considered as the Romantic period, 1798 to 1832, and it was started by William Wordsworth and T.S. Coleridge. They combinedly published lyrical ballads, and ballads are nothing but poems which are describing a story. Okay, now we will learn the meaning. We will get some idea about Northland. Now, what is this Northland? So, students, if you see the globe of the earth, on the globe of the earth, as you go in the middle, you have equator. Equator means, students, 0 degree. Okay, so 0 degree, that is equator. From there, if you go to the north side, you can also go to south side. So accordingly, the world's countries are just situated. So if you go north, our India is just above this, that is 8 degree. Okay, but if you go to this point, that is the last point, that is 90 degree. So 90 degree north is known as North Pole. 90 degree if you go into the south direction, that is known as South Pole. So the area, this particular region is called North Pole, and the area around it is called Northland. Okay, so that should be clear. Now Northland, which all countries are there, normally Greenland, some part of Russia, some part of Canada, and also some part of Norway. All these countries are there in the Northland. All throughout the year that remains snow covered, because it is in the frigid zone. The sun rays are not reaching there. So that's why nights are very lengthy and days are very short. Okay, when you go to sleep it is dark, when you get up that time also it is dark. So nights are very lengthy over here, and it is snow covered, so other vegetables are also not possible. So very few people live in this area. Okay, students, they don't enjoy the facilities that we people enjoy over here, because there they cannot grow anything, they cannot go for any farming or any other industry or nothing. So students, that part particularly is known as Northland. Now let's learn something about Saint Peter, because a legend of the Northland is basically a story of Saint Peter. Now you must know who was Saint Peter. Saint Peter, student, was one of the disciples of Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus had 12 disciples. We can say the captain of those 12 was Saint Peter. Okay, and first time when Jesus called them, that time they were basically fishermen. Okay, they had done fishing whole night, but they could not catch any fish. So early in the morning they found Jesus over there, and Jesus just told them. That time they did not know who this man is. Jesus just called Saint Peter by name and asked him, "Can you take your boat into deep water and then again spread your net?" So here, first of all, he was surprised, how this fellow knows my name. And Jesus was much younger to all those 12 disciples. Jesus was hardly 30 years of age. And those people had already crossed their 40, 45, 50s. Okay. So, students, Jesus was the youngest among them. And Jesus only is just giving them an order. You take your boat into a deep water and then you spread your net. And Saint Peter, without questioning anything, did what Jesus said. And afterwards they caught so many fish that their boat was not enough to keep all those. So they had to call the other fisher people, okay, other boats. And that those caught fish were then put into those other boats. And then Saint Peter realized, that time he was only a fisherman. Then he realized that this man who gave us the order to take our boat into deep water and go for fishing, he is not an ordinary man. He looks very young, but he is not an ordinary man. He must be a holy man. So that's why he also felt some fear. So he accepted. In front of Jesus he went, and then he said that, "Master, please be away from me, because I am after all a sinner." Because when he catches the fish, he considers himself a sinner. And that is the identity of every human being. Every human being is a sinner. And Saint Peter accepts it. Then Jesus says, "Don't worry. Up till now you are catching fish. Now I will teach you how to catch humans." Actually, Jesus wanted what? Some people to spread his news, spread his message of compassion, love, and forgiveness. These three things are the base of Christianity, which were given by Jesus Christ. And he wanted some people to spread it. So he just selected these 12 people. And once he told Saint Peter that on you are the rock, and on you I will just spread the Christianity in all over the world. Understood? And Saint Peter was very close to him, because all those disciples, Jesus remained on this earth for about 3 years. And in those 3 years, all those disciples, they went with Jesus. Jesus just told them, "Follow me, leave everything and follow me." And we can't say what happened to them, but they did not even go to inform their family members. Now we are going with that man. He's a holy man. We are going with that man. They didn't even go to inform their family members. So that's why it is said that if you want to achieve God, leave everything. सब कुछ छोड़ दो, तो ही तुम्हें God मिलेगा. And all those disciples, they didn't even go to inform their family members, and they simply went with Jesus. And those 3 year students, they passed with Jesus. They saw Jesus doing many miracles. Okay, Jesus converted simple water into sweet wine. That was his first miracle. Jesus also, students, brought back a dead man into life. Okay, his name was Lazarus. He also healed many people. Jesus even exorcised some people. Exorcised means the haunted people, the people in whom some spirit was there, some other ghost spirit was there. Jesus took out that spirit also. That is called exorcised. Okay, So they had seen Jesus doing so many miracles. Now Jesus teaching at that time was different from what the regular priest were giving. That time Christianity was not there, students, remember. Only Jesus himself was a Jew. They were Jewish people. Jewish यानी यहूदी लोग थे वो लोग. जीसस खुद भी यहूदी थे क्योंकि उनका जन्म जिसमें हुआ था वो यहूदी फैमिली था. Okay, so Jesus teaching was different. In the Jewish custom, the teaching was different, and Jesus was giving them totally a new teaching. So those priests did not like at that time, and that's why they were planning to kill Jesus. So Saint Peter had got some rough idea about that. So once Saint Peter said, "Okay, even if I have to die with you, Master, I am ready to die." So here, with whom he was talking about? He was talking about Jesus' arrest. Ki if those people come and arrest you and then give you death punishment, I will also die with you. At that time only Jesus said that today night only, before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times. That time Saint Peter did not know that he would do it because he was from that I am ready to die with you, don't worry. But when Jesus, soon after Jesus was arrested and was taken to the head priest house, and there you see, students, what happened? Saint Peter also followed. So some of the persons who were working at high priest's house, they saw Saint Peter and they just blamed him. Arey, you are also one of them. You are also the disciple of the person whom we have caught. So he got fear. And he suddenly denied, no, I don't know what you are talking about. Then another person saw, another servant saw, and just told him, you are also one of them. I saw you with Jesus so many times. Then he said, no, I am telling you the truth. I don't even know this man. I am first time hearing the name Jesus. So second time he denied. Third time, one lady servant also saw him. And then just told him, you are also one of them. So third time also he denied. Because he was filled with fear, students. Now they will catch me as they have caught Jesus. And Jesus one side was being punished. He could see it from far. So that fear automatically just overpowered him. He thought that now they will do the same thing with me. So he denied. And at that time only, the cock started crowing. And Jesus looked at him from far, where he was being punished. And suddenly Saint Peter remembered those words. Ki today before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times. And then he was filled with repentance. Ki just few hours back, I was telling him that I am ready to die with you. And now, just now, I just told him that I told the other guys that I don't even know him. So his words came true. Christ's words came true. But after that, you see, he was filled with a lot of repentance, students. And because of that repentance only, afterwards he went back to Jesus, asked for the forgiveness. Okay? And Jesus readily forgave him. Because that was the message of Jesus' life. Love, compassion and forgiveness. So that's what he did. And afterwards, you see, Jesus was crucified. That was on Good Friday. After that, Saturday and Sunday, again Jesus rose again, resurrected. Resurrected means came back to life. And when he came back to life, students, after that on earth he remained for 40 days with his disciples. After that, in the presence of disciples only, he was taken into the heaven along with the body. So all those disciples had seen Jesus, had witnessed his acts. Okay? Had seen the miraculous power of Jesus. So when Jesus was not there, when Jesus was taken into heaven along with the body, after that those people did not have any fear. While going, Jesus had told them, Ki you go into all the corners of the world and spread my message. What is my message? Show love to the people, show compassion towards them, and if they are doing anything wrong to you, you just forgive them. So that was the message. These 12 disciples went into different corners of the world. So most of the disciples went to the different countries of the world. Okay? And they were just spreading the message of Jesus at that time. And later on, when the dying time came, Saint Peter was also caught by the same people, and Saint Peter was also given the punishment of crucifixion. But when he took up the punishment, his last wish was asked. So he said that my master Jesus is greater than me, so I should not be crucified the way he was done. You crucify me upside down, because I cannot die the type of death he has done. So you put my head down and legs up. That way you crucify me. And that is how Saint Peter was crucified. But before that, they were doing this work of spreading the good news or the message of Jesus to the people of the world. So they were moving in different countries. So once upon a time, while moving, he came to this area also, Northland. This is just a story. Okay? How much true we cannot say. But all the disciples of Jesus, they went on spreading the message. So earlier they were known as disciples, but when they took up this task of spreading the message of Jesus, that time they were known as apostles. Okay, so the meaning of Saint Peter given over here is an apostle of Jesus. But he was first of all, he was a fisherman, then he became the disciple of Jesus, and then after Jesus left this world, then he became an apostle. So students, all these details just you keep in mind. What happens in this poem is very interesting. Okay, Saint Peter was spreading the message. He was preaching, going from one place to another. So one day he went into this area, Northland, and there he was very much tired and he was fasting, so he was very weak and he was hungry also. So at that time he came across one old lady who had a store of cakes, but she was very greedy. So when Saint Peter asked for the cakes, she denied. She denied means first she started to give and then she thought that this is very large, how can I give. वो बहुत लालची थी, फिर उससे पतली ली, फिर बोला कि नहीं ये भी बहुत बड़ी है, कैसे मैं दूं. Okay, then she had some डो. सो आउट ऑफ डो यानी गूंदा हुआ आटा, उसमें से एकदम पतली वेफर जैसी केक बनाई. एकदम वेफर जितनी पतली होती है उतनी ही पतली केक बनाई. एंड दैट ऑल्सो शी कुड नॉट गिव. उसको लगा ये भी बहुत बड़ी है, इसको मैं कैसे दे दूं इसको. सो शी डिड नॉट गिव. Even the thinnest cake like a wafer also she did not give. And this made Saint Peter angry. Saint Peter thought that the human beings should not be so much selfish, so much greedy. God has given them so many things, so they should share it with others. So that's why Saint Peter said that you are not suitable to remain in the human form. So Saint Peter cursed her and made her a bird, woodpecker. Okay, now for your food, up till now you are not giving any food to anyone. So now for your own food, you will have to go on boring into the wood, into the tree. Then only you will get your this one, food. So the message of the poem is what? Ki help out others in their needs. When they are needy, kindly help them. Okay, that is the message of the poem. Don't become so selfish, don't become so greedy that you can't help others. Sometimes you have to think about the others also. That's why students, it is very often said that if you can't help others, if you can't do any good to anything, no problem, but never do any bad to anything, never do any wrong to anyone. किसी का अच्छा नहीं हो सके तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बाकी किसी का बुरा तो करो ही मत. Understood? That is what you might hear from many other people. So here now I will take the poem stanza wise. Let's see. The poet of the poem is Phoebe Carey. Okay. The title, A Legend of the Northland. Already we have talked about legend. What is legend? We have also talked about what is Northland. Which areas are there in the Northland? So Greenland, Canada, Norway, and some parts of USA are there in this particular area. Okay. This poem narrates the legend of an old lady who angered Saint Peter because of her greed. So students, I think you have already got enough knowledge about Saint Peter. I have told you all those things which I knew about Saint Peter. Now let's look at the poem stanza wise. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. Okay, so here in the first stanza, you see the climate of Northland is mentioned. What is the climate over there? How are the days? How are the nights? How are the nights in winter season? All those things are mentioned over here. Away, away in the Northland, because mainland, if you see, that is here, this part. Okay, it is said that all the species of the living organisms just developed in this part only. But if you go farther from there, then you won't see many more species. If you go to this frigid zone, you can come across only 4 or 5 animals. One is penguin, another is seal. Okay, so like those animals, only few 4 or 5 animals only you see. But if you come to this area in India, you see how many animals and birds are there. So if you go to the cold region, that is frigid zone, there you don't even find many animals. So that's why it is said that far, far away, okay, in the Northland. So from this area to this area, this is Northland. Okay, where the hours of the day are few, because I already told you students, the sun rays are not falling straight on that. They are very slant. So that's why most of the year they remain what, covered with snow. Okay, and dark also. So during summer also days are very short, and in winter it becomes still shorter. So day hours are very few. So when the people go to sleep, it is dark. When people get up, that time also it is dark. Even though they have taken a full sleep. Okay, they have slept well for 8 to 10 hours. When they get up, that time also it is dark. And when they go to sleep, that time also it is dark, because days are very short. Okay, so that is the climate of that area, that they cannot sleep them through. So it is not that here when we get up we see daylight in the morning, because sun has risen. That side sun rays are not reaching. So that's why when they get up, that time also it is dark. Okay, that is the meaning of the first stanza. Where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows. Okay, so where they harness means to tie, and swift reindeer. Reindeer is, you see, an animal of this particular region. So swift means very quick. They are the only means of communing, going from one place to another. To the sledges. Now sledges are what? Sledges are nothing but the cart. You must have seen during Christmas time. Now it will come. You must have heard of Santa Claus. Okay, Christmas father, that is Santa Claus. Now he comes with a sledge. Sledge is pulled by those reindeers. So they are tying, they are means the people who are living over there. If they want to go from one place to another, they use like this sledges, which are pulled by the reindeers. So reindeers are tied with the sledges, and those people just go into the sledge, and then that's how they move from one place to another when it snows. And the children look like bear's cubs in their funny furry clothes. If you look at the children of these people, students, you see what happens. They look like bear's cubs. ये भालू के बच्चे, बराबर. भालू के बच्चे कैसे? भालू, you see all over his body has got hair. So children over here, to protect themselves from the biting cold, they also wear furry clothes. Okay, their woolen clothes are furry clothes. So that's why from far they would look like the children of, yani offsprings of the bears. Okay. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true. So they means the people living over there, they are telling their children one curious story. Curious story means the children are eager to know what will happen next, what will happen next. So that sort of story they tell their children. I don't believe it's true. The writer says, they are telling like that story, but I don't think that story is true. So there is not much fact behind it. Okay, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. So it is like the stories of Panchatantra, it is like the stories of Aesop, or it is like the stories of Hitopadesh, where the animals and birds are characters. Okay, and from all those stories have some moral. So this story also may not be true, but it is giving you some moral. so you can learn a lesson from that story. Okay, students. So with that, we come to the end of this particular session. I have already told you the background about this particular poem. So all those things, students, you keep in your mind. Okay, tomorrow or in my next video, when we will see the poem. From here onwards, the entire incident will begin. Up till now, we have seen only the background. Background, what is Northland, which areas are there in Northland, what is the legend, who was Saint Peter. Okay, all those things we have seen. Now keep those things in mind and just focus on that. In my next video, we will see the entire poem. Till that time, stay fit, stay fine. Have a good day. God bless you. Thank you.